Hello again, Stu. Apologies for the gremlins, buddy. I'm just waiting for Martin. I'm just waiting for everyone to go back on, and then I'll repeat the questions. Unbelievable, Jeff. Does the stream seem okay now, Stu?
Fucking amateurs.
Oi! Oh, hello, Charlie. What we'll do? We'll give it a couple of minutes, and whilst everyone's back, and then I'll go from question one again. It's only fair.
That was like the old days when I did this 4 or 5 years ago, and I never knew we were live.
You can swear if you want, mate. You know me. I'm not bothered.
You're under 1,000, so you're all right.
Hello, Sean. Yeah, apologies, guys, for. See, Charlie's laughing at you now.
Sorry, I was signing autographs on another stream. No, I'm joking.
Oh. I never went off on a Facebook. I'm gonna have to log into Facebook to see who's there as well. I'll just give it a minute or so, guys. Hi, FIFA. Welcome back.
We're gonna start from number one again.
Yeah, we'll start from number one. Alan. Thanks, Alan. Right, so what we'll do, we'll kick off, because I should imagine everyone's here who was here before. Right, so we'll go from number one again, guys. Martin might have a chance of getting it this time.
Yeah, it is the correct decision. You know, it's taken a while. Been a difficult journey for a lot of people, you know, mostly me.
I'll play that again.
Yeah, it is the correct decision. You know, it's taken a while. Been a difficult journey for a lot of people, you know, mostly me.
So that's voice number one.
Oh, I'm gonna know that one.
Too easy, these voices. I keep hearing voices, but that's another story. Too easy. Oh, I'm sure they won't be going forward here now.
For a bonus point, say what their role was.
What the role was? No.
No.
If there's a tie near the end, we will. So voice number two.
That's a bit sad, sad for football, and yeah, it was not good for me either at the time.
I'll play that again.
I think that's a bit sad, sad for football, and yeah, it was not good for me either at the time.
I know who that is.
I know who that is.
Do you know why I know? I did the questions. Voice number three.
Greatly not to have things that are happening like that, and just wish him well.
Let's go again with that one.
Greatly not to have things that are happening like that, and just wish him well.
So that was voice number three. Here's where we was up to before the Gremlins kicked in.
Yes. I'm man of the match.
You are man of the match. You'll get that in a minute.
Thank you.
No, not yet. Not yet. Hey, listen quickly. Did you dive?
Huh?
Did you dive?
I don't know.
Go again with that one. Oh, look at Martin. He looks. Oh, look at that.
Yes. I'm man of the match.
You are man of the match. You'll get that in a minute.
Thank you.
No, not yet. Hey, listen quickly. Did you dive?
Huh?
Did you dive?
I don't know.
It's from this season or last season. I can't think of who the hell it is.
Again, I know.
Of course you know.
Right, I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a clue on that. It wasn't from this season or last season.
I was going to say Sterling, but Sterling doesn't sound like that.
Okay, you're absolutely right. It doesn't sound like that. Next one. Oh, I used to love this lad.
About what they were maybe going to try and do, and they tried their best, but I mean, when you've been a professional, it's extremely difficult to overcome something like that. But every credit to them. They scored a good goal in the end.
Let's have that one again, eh?
About what they were maybe going to try and do, and they tried their best, but I mean, when you've been a professional, it's extremely difficult to overcome something like that. But every credit to them. They scored a good goal in the end.
So here's the interesting one. I'll give you a clue on this one. It is not a current or former player. It's a City celebrity.
And I'm very proud of all that stuff that we did. And people still remember it. And I think that's a privilege when people say to you, oh, I remember you because...
Play that one again for you.
And I'm very proud of all that stuff that we did. And people still remember it. And I think that's a privilege when people say to you, oh, I remember you because...
Oh, Marty's looking a bit puzzled there. So, again, I've swapped one round there. Here's another one, and this isn't an ex-player or current player.
You know, in the last episode, that was the same. All the people over the years, you know, the same kind of crew, including the sound department, which of course often gets forgotten.
That's a bit low.
What's it called?
That's the question. I'll play it again. If you don't know it, scatter.
You know, in the last episode, that was the same. All the people over the years, you know, the same kind of crew, including the sound department, which of course often gets forgotten.
Yeah, no names in the chat, guys, because you may be right, but you may be wrong.
Hang on, I know him.
Who's right and wrong?
Got that one right.
Only because I said scatter.
No, he didn't. I already clicked it because that isn't his voice in real life. He's very posh in real life.
He absolutely is. Next voice.
3-disc game.
Right.
Basically, you've got a big sword and whatever. You try and kill all these monsters, whatever. And I did the first, and it logged your gameplay. So done
Play that one again.
3-disc game.
Right.
Basically, you've got a big sword and whatever. You try and kill all these monsters, whatever. And I did the first, and it logged your gameplay. So done.
Martin's on the bottom.
Absolutely right, Charlie. They call him Google Martin.
Got number 8 quick enough, didn't I?
In fact, his full title is Google Martin, who hates Alvarez. Right, we'll move on.
I was a Chelsea fan 10 years ago. You're all right, mate.
I'm sure you'll all get this one.
En otro estilo de fútbol. Cuando yo llegué, a lo mejor también todavía quedaban más equipos que jugaban un poquito.
I tell you what, I'd love to see everybody else's confused look like yours, Martin.
Can you make him a bit louder? I'm either going deaf or...
You going what?
Exactly.
Let's go again.
En otro estilo de fútbol. Cuando yo llegué, a lo mejor también todavía quedaban más equipos que jugaban un poquito.
Come on, you must all know that.
Oh, yeah, because we all speak fluent Spanish, Argentinian, or whatever.
I'll give you a clue with this one. He was fast.
And I was just fortunate that I was good. I wouldn't say I was good at all sports. Certainly didn't excel at all sports. I could do most sports at sort of school level, but that was about it. Anybody?
Play it again for you guys. Remember, it was fast.
And I was just fortunate that I was good. I wouldn't say I was good at all sports. Certainly didn't excel at all sports. I could do most sports at sort of school level, but that was about it. Anybody?
I'm going to have a guess. Tell me whether I'm right or wrong there, Andy.
Go on, let me have a look. What? Steph Orton. Steph Orton. That was Steph Orton. Sean, keep write your answers down, buddy.
Oh, number 9's. Oh, I got the wrong Argentinian, didn't I?
Right, this one is for 2 points. 2 points, this one.
You bought the driver who drove you to training in a brand new car.
No, that's not true. Because I didn't have so much money to drive me with the taxi. My driver was my father.
Go again for that one. So yeah, the 2 voices in that one.
You bought the driver who drove you to training in a brand new car.
No, that's not true. Because I didn't have so much money to drive me with the taxi. My driver was my father.
I know that one to watch the same documentary.
Listen, Blues. If you don't get this one, I'm packing my bags. You might be glad about that, but I'll just pack my bags.
Yeah, I always liked Champions League, so that's a bit why.
What's Martin put in private chat here now?
I got number 11 wrong. She put it as 12.
Jill Scott. I'll play that one again for you guys.
Yeah, I always liked Champions League, so that's a bit why.
That's an easy one. That is a real easy one.
Oh yeah, I love. It's easy when you've got the answers in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. It's not so easy when you're listening to it.
I don't know these. Let's go again with this one. I'll be impressed if you get this one.
Well, it's just it came about through the, after the owner, Nigel, decided to take a backward step from the club.
Play it again for you.
Well, it's just it came about through the, after the owner, Nigel, decided to take a backward step from the club.
Can I give him a clue?
Of course you can, mate. I tell you what, I'll play him, and if you want to give people clues, mate, I'm more than happy for that.
Only when I know him. It don't help when I don't.
Good evening, Al. Good evening, Alec. No answers in the chat, pal. Write them down on a piece of paper, and we'll go through them in a bit. And I will trust all your honesty on this one.
Number 13 is a former City boss
who
ruined my Valentine's Day once.
What? He didn't take it out.
No. I was watching that crap.
Here we go. Who is the blue here?
The nature of where we are at the minute means that there'll be weeks like that. So last year that would have coincided with a defeat.
Would you really call him a blue?
Eh?
Would you really call him a blue?
Absolutely, mate. Did he play for us?
5 minutes.
Let's play it again.
The nature of where we are at the minute means that there'll be weeks like that. So last year that would have coincided with a defeat.
I'm sure you're all going to nail this one. I'm sure of it.
Okay, they've beaten us twice. They beat 7 minutes into injury time last time, and only 17 seconds from the end of the injury time this time. So it's.
Well, have you got one right, Martin?
I love the way you all shut up. I've got a lot of them right. You're starting going, you all get this one like everyone's 45, like us.
I wish it was 45, mate.
All right, then.
Let's play that one again. Let's play that one again for the guys.
Is it okay? They've beaten us twice. They beat 7 minutes into injury time last time, and only 17 seconds from the end of the injury time this time. So it's.
Yes, Charlie, 34,000 we've got.
Are we ready to go again? Next one.
Way everyone's say welcome to me here, as well the way I am as a person.
Jesus Christ, you should know this one. I'll play it again.
The way everyone's say welcome to me here, as well the way I am as a person.
Check my answer out.
Close.
I haven't answered that.
And by the way, Martin is actually playing this game genuine because he's putting his answers in the private chat what we have on this dashboard. Charlie, stop putting him in the chat.
Oh, hang on, Charlie. Don't leave it there, mate. Oh, good lad.
I'm not saying you're right, Charlie, but stop putting him in the chat.
It was better than the answer I had.
I reckon yours was closer, Martin. Next one. This I still consider this guy a legend.
To be honest, personally, yeah, I always admired his training methods and the way he played, and it always suited me.
Play it again.
To be honest, personally, yeah, I always admired his training methods and the way he played, and it always suited me.
I think your former answer is going to be this one as well, isn't it, mine? Next
It's
one.
where you said you still class him as a legend.
Well, he is, in my eyes.
You class Scott Carson as a legend.
I know somebody who does. Let's hear the next one.
Obviously, to come away, with a 5-0 win, 3 wins out of 3 now in our.
Someone who can't score.
Obviously, to come away, with a 5-0 win, 3 wins out of 3 now in our.
Someone who's crap. Someone who's chumpy hair.
Somebody who Martin don't like. Another one.
Oh, I love him. Leave him alone. I love him.
Let's go for the next one. Now, this one isn't a player. It's a celeb, but you'll get it without a doubt.
A little bit. Right. You sort of hit 40 and you start thinking, am I with the right person? Am I in the right town?
And if anybody's been on my YouTube channel looking at my interviews, what I've done with people, it's actually a pinned one, this. Here we go again.
A little bit. Right. You sort of hit 40 and you start thinking, am I with the right person? Am I in the right town?
I only know that because I watched it earlier today.
Did you? By the way, I nearly let the cat out of the bag then. For this person, I will be getting on for another interview very, very soon. I can't tell you
how relaxed in a chair, by the way. He was just like...
Just... It's way to roll, mate.
Like, just sat in his living room. Hi.
Next one, I'd probably say one of my favourite City players of all time.
Again, like I said, we're going to play exactly how we intend to play, which is attacking, which is...
Play that one again.
Again, like I said, we're going to play exactly how we intend to play, which is attacking, which is...
Good evening, guys who've just joined the chat. I'm not saying your answers are right or wrong, but can you put them on a piece of paper and not in the chat, please? Oh, look at Martin going straight to the chat. Evening, Super City. How are you, pal? Hope you're well.
Who the hell's... I know... Do you know when you know who 20 is? I know who number 20 is, but I can't think of his name.
I do. I know who he is.
Yeah, you did the quiz.
Right, here's another one. He's not a player. He's somebody associated to City.
Would you back a statute of limitations like they have in the United States, whereby there comes a point at which you no longer look into these things, and would you apply that not just to Northern Ireland but to other cases as well?
Let's go again with that one.
Would you back a statute of limitations like they have in the United States, whereby there comes a point at which you no longer look into these things, and would you apply that not just to Northern Ireland but to other cases as well?
I don't have a go at my spelling.
Let me have a look what you put then.
Because I didn't know if there was a H in it.
Yes, there is.
Is there an H in it? Well, all right then.
But not at the beginning. I'm pretty sure you'll get this one. And as I say, I've put some easy ones in, and I've put them of all ages in because, you know, let's face it, we're not all the same age, are we, Martin? I'm sure you'll get this one.
Probably quite the opposite at the time, but yeah, you couldn't show any weakness, and
I'll play that one again.
Probably quite the opposite at the time, but yeah, you couldn't show any weakness, and
I'll play that one for the third because it's a little bit low, the volume.
Probably quite the opposite at the time, but yeah, you couldn't show any weakness, and
next one up is...
Yeah, okay, quite surreal having been so long at Man City to then put some new colours on it. It's quite strange.
Even Martin knows that one. I'll play it again.
Yeah, okay, quite surreal having been so long at Man City to then put some new colours on it. It's quite strange.
I can't spell his first name, that's why you've only got his second.
What, Bill?
Can't spell that first name at all.
Next one coming up.
Always the centre of attention, always in and around and making other people laugh. So again, being able to come out and just say that I've got a problem that I need a little bit of help with was a big step for me.
Before I play it again, I'll give you a clue. It's a Cadbury's chocolate bar also.
Always the centre of attention, always in and around and making other people laugh. So again, being able to come out and just say that I've got a problem that I need a little bit of help with was a big step for me.
How many questions are there, by the way?
I don't know. I just piled them in.
We might be here till midnight, ladies and gents.
No, I think what we'll do, Charlie Dairy Milk.
Michael Jackson.
Dolly Parton. Oh, man alive. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think what we'll do, because there's quite a few of these, we'll do the voice ones as quiz one, and another night we'll save the multiple choice and stuff like that for another one. Yeah? Right, next Dolly Parton, Michael Jackson, Dairy Milk. I give them what? Oh man.
What's that Fenway got to do with Manchester City anyway?
I don't know, it's just a brilliant answer. What he's saying Michael Jackson has and Dairy Milk.
Dairy Milk gets sold at Manchester City.
I think this voice is a little bit low, so I had to have him in though.
Obviously conditions weren't great, although I thought the pitch was quite good considering the amount of rain we've had.
Right, seeing as it's low, that one, I'll give you that one. It's Kevin Orlock, because that's probably a really low one. Watch Martin get it wrong, and I've just given him the answer. Next one, guys.
How close could you get to me in a sprint race? How close could you get to me in a sprint race?
I know that one.
I wouldn't get close at all, to be honest.
I would. I'd beat him.
I thought you meant me. I'm just reading some of the comments here before I carry on. Oh,
Charlie, naughty, naughty.
I'm pretty sure everybody loves this guy.
You don't know me, but when you are famous, you have to get used to this. I don't like the English press, I don't like German press or Chinese press. They don't know me, but when you are famous, you have to get used to this. I don't like the English press, I don't like German press or Chinese press.
Is it a current player?
Nope. Darth Vader.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, of course he is.
Oh, damn, that's my other answer gone then.
As far as I know, all these are alive. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to talk.
You might have not got the recording from last week.
Next one, you'll all get this.
Let's go to where it all started back in Leeds. Growing up. Let's go to where it all started back in Leeds. Growing up.
Go on, I'll play it one more time.
Let's go to where it all started back in Leeds. Growing up.
How's he not getting that? Stuart, I know, I'm with you there, mate.
Who's not getting what? I actually don't know that one. The best TV pundit.
This one
Oh,
isn't.
yeah.
This one isn't a player, but he's a mate, and I tell you what, he's a proper lad, and we miss him at City. There's a clue.
Music, mid-period Genesis, when I'm feeling a bit dangerous, Chris Rea, and even a bit of Sting on his own without the guys from the police. But music, mid-period Genesis, when I'm feeling a bit dangerous, Chris Rea, and even a bit of Sting on his own without the guys from the police. But
Ollie Willoughby.
Don't know that one.
Oh, you do. He's also been a guest before your time, Martin. He's also a guest on our show not that long ago, actually. I'll give you a clue. He used to do halftime entertainment at City.
Heartbeat of their team, and I think at the time, I think it was like 18, 19. So as long as he was out there on the field, they always had a chance.
I consider this lad a new kid on the block into the media, but he's brilliant.
The heartbeat of their team, and I think at the time, I think it was like 18, 19. So as long as he was out there on the field, they always had a chance.
I know the voice and I can't picture the bloody name.
I'll play it again then.
The heartbeat of their team, and I think at the time, I think it was like 18, 19. So as long as he was out there on the field, they always had a chance.
I don't know. His name's gone out my head. I know who it is.
Charlie says, come on, Martin. This is easy again.
Which one? The one you just played?
All of them?
Do you know I went just a little offside track here? I went on a Leeds United channel and they did a quiz and I came last. When I don't have to think about it, I know it all, but when I start thinking about it, forget it. It goes out my head.
Used to be one of my favourite players, this, until he started disrespecting us a bit.
Very badly, I would suggest. And I suppose 2002 happened, and in Saipan and World Cup, and it was meant to be the swan song of my career. The test.
What was his nickname?
DP.
Oh, put it as through. No.
Very badly, I would suggest. And I suppose 2002 happened, and in Saipan and World Cup, and it was meant to be the swan song of my career. The test.
Oh, do you like that one? It's easy for Charlie because he's getting all the answers. He's not, Adam. There's no way anybody has got, even Martin's not got these answers. And in private chat, it proves that.
Part of the fun, though.
Of course it is. Listen, even though we're all big City fans, everybody here, we're not going to know everything, especially off a voice clip or we don't know everything. So it's just a bit of fun. and that's what it's about, to break the week up. Here's
Oh,
the next
even
one.
when you told me there was a £500 cash prize.
Anyway, let's get to the next one.
But they quickly settled in. We didn't have the best of starts that season. It was difficult for Joe Royle because we had a lot of players that he was trying to get rid of. It was a big
Clue
but they
was
quickly settled in.
picturing me with him.
We didn't have the best of starts that season. It was difficult for Joe Royle because we had a lot of players that he was trying to get rid of. It was a big
Picturing me with him on my Facebook.
Alvarez?
No, I met him. You know, when on Pep's unveiling at the Etihad, he was there, and I had a picture with him.
He was, mate, and I got a picture as well.
He was in the tent where they charged £6 a beer.
Next one is...
That they know every time when I pass one player, there's always a second player that I have to pass. And that's what I always try to do. I always try to cover my right back or the left back.
Clue is, I was there when he scored.
That they know every time when I pass one player, there's always a second player that I have to pass. And that's what I always try to do. I always try to cover my right back or the left back.
Sunjay.
Has he still got a chip in?
In my side.
Oh, I'm sure you'll get that one. I'll play that one again.
That they know every time when I pass one player, there's always a second player that I have to pass. And that's what I always try to do. I always try to cover my right back or the left back.
Don't know. Step.
The next one, I've got to be honest, he gets on my tits, but it's not a player.
It's amazing that the club is unrecognisable now. And the main difference... Amazing that the club is unrecognisable now. And the main difference...
Play it again.
Amazing that the club is unrecognisable now. And the main difference...
Yeah, Sean, it's Neil Diamond. It's not.
To give you a clue, I didn't get tickets.
And I'll give you a clue. He wanted 10 grand for me to do an interview with him.
You're joking. Jesus, I didn't think...
Here's another one. I was also here when this guy scored his first and only goal for us.
And then try and deal with all that was very, very difficult. And I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. And at times, I think a lot of relationships break down in personal and professional relationships, break down in communication.
Hated him. Never wanted him in a blue shirt.
Great goal he scored, though, wasn't it?
And then try and deal with all that was very, very difficult. And I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. And at times, I think a lot of relationships break down in personal and professional relationships, break down in communication.
Do you know, I never rated him as a player. As much as others did, I never rated him.
I love him as a pundit, mate.
Nah,
for BT.
Something about him I can't like.
Here's one. All I'm going to say on this one, my ultimate legend, friend, legend of a player, legend of a human being.
Make the comments, you know, and no matter how broad-shouldered you are, they still sort of stay in your mind and you think, God, like I'll try and prove him wrong and show it.
Proper man love for this guy. Nothing but respect.
Make the comments, you know, and no matter how broad-shouldered you are, they still sort of stay in your mind and you think, God, like I'll try and prove him wrong and show it.
Give us a clue.
You need a clue?
Yeah. No answers in the chat, please.
No answers in the chat, please.
Adam Quinn.
Come on, guys, you're spoiling it for everyone else.
No, Adam didn't know. He just come in.
All right.
Didn't like him either. Found him arrogant, and I still find him arrogant.
That last one?
Mm-hmm.
Not to me, mate.
Have you heard the way he talks about us on radio? Not good.
I'll tell you something off air after. Next one, please.
He feels better, but we are training this afternoon and we'll assess.
You get that wrong, you need shooting.
He feels better, but we are training this afternoon and we'll assess.
Andy's twin.
What's Brad Pitt got to do with City?
In your dreams.
Brad Pitt, I'm his brother Cesspit. Next one.
Anybody else, and 11. It's not one player, two players. There's 11 lads out there, and they've all got to take equal responsibility.
Play that one again.
Anybody else, and 11. It's not one player, two players. There's 11 lads out there, and they've all got to take equal responsibility.
His accent changes halfway through.
And a clue is for people who may know, it's an ex-City manager, and he hated Manx, and he was caught saying that as well. Boris Johnson.
No, tell me now in the private chat. Tell me I want to know, because I can't win.
I'll tell you off air. Next one.
Definitely extremely proud moment for me and my family. Obviously being a massive City fan myself, and definitely extremely proud moment for me and my family. Obviously being a massive City fan myself, and
I'm sure everyone will get that. Oh, the next one, even I'm purring before I even play this because
it's very difficult. We've had every senior player we've had has had an injury at some stage, you know. So hopefully now if we can work.
Are you purring?
Hey?
Why are you purring over that?
It's very difficult. We've had every senior player we've had has had an injury at some stage, you know. So hopefully now if we can work.
I've just given me head wobble, Martin. I suggest you do.
Scored a lot of own goals.
Yeah. Thank you, Michael. You know, appreciated.
What spot? Oh, right, I thought it said so. Thought because the fellow Irishman was coming out in there.
Next one. For anybody who knows, the only clue I'm going to give before I play this, Anne-Marie purrs over this one.
Even if I'm still not, but I think I got unaware, and then I felt like I could do something.
Play that one again.
Even if I'm still not, but I think I got unaware, and then I felt like I could do something.
We've got left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 left. 8.
Have a look at my answer for number 40.
Is that how many we've done? 40.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No answers in the chat. I know there's people coming in late, but appreciate that. No answers.
Evening sub. So the next one.
For me, it's a bad situation because in a game like this, it's impossible that one player refuse to go in to help the team. For me, it's a bad situation because in a game like this, it's impossible that one player refuse to go in to help the team.
2 fingers. 2 fingers.
The right way, though.
There's the clue for everyone.
It's no problem, Sub. Glad you can join us, pal.
Pal.
Sub 2.
All right. I thought you said else.
No. I said glad he could join us. Next one. Oh, I must admit, I've got a belter coming up in a bit. And I know somebody will get it, at least one who's in chat. And it's after this one.
Don't know.
I've thought about it. I cannot give you an answer today. I think only when I finish, I will have an answer for you.
I'm gonna have a total guess at this.
Let's hear it again.
Don't know. I've thought about it. I cannot give you an answer today. I think only when I finish, I will have an answer for you.
Oh. Next one is, as I say, one person in the group will know this, and I had to put it in.
Dear from India with a question. How do you keep retaining the same pace? Is it due to consistent training or willpower?
Play that one again.
Dear from India with a question. How do you keep retaining the same pace? Is it due to consistent training or willpower?
That's a good one, that. Charlie. I know what you mean, mate. Next one.
Yeah, it's my last game, but I'm so happy and I'm enjoying a lot. So I want to say thanks to my teammates because it's my last game, but I'm so happy and I'm enjoying a lot. So I want to say thanks to my teammates because
I still miss him. I still
guess at him.
Next one, guys.
And that was the philosophy, probably amongst a lot of managers at that time and era. And that was almost twice a week you were doing. And that was the philosophy, probably amongst a lot of managers at that time and era. And that was almost twice a week you were doing.
Have you noticed I've got the older ones and not got the recent ones?
Ooh. I'm just looking at some of your answers. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I'm giggling what you're putting for them. Next one.
Yeah, it was quite weird because the City fans would always, at the time it was happening, City fans would always be cheering and.
Say that one again.
Yeah, it was quite weird because the City fans would always, at the time it was happening, City fans would always be cheering and.
One of my favourite ever players.
Same as, mate.
And I cried when he left, but I understood why he had to go.
Did you rejoice when he came back?
Yeah, but he came back at the wrong time because we got taken over, so it kind of didn't work straight away.
Yeah.
Came back at the wrong time, if you know what I mean.
So we're down to the final two. Final two.
You could not compare Manchester City in the 90s than how Manchester City is now. So,
and for those who listen to our show regularly, I'll give you a clue. He's actually a member of the Mallorca Blues.
you could not compare Manchester City in the 90s than how Manchester City is now. So,
yeah, true story. Is actually Campastia. There's a pub called the Manchester Pub, and friends of mine own that. And I nearly said his name then. And this former player is actually a member there.
Can't remember the conversation we had the other day.
Last one, guys. I'm certain you'll get this. We're finishing on a high.
Defined so much for this club. A lot of the players coming through today and
play that one again.
Defined so much for this club. A lot of the players coming through today and
that was it, guys. So, is anybody Dolly Parton? Oh, man. Dolly Parton.
Are you going to read
Oh,
my answers out?
are you calling me Dolly Parton?
I hope you're not going to read my answers out.
No, right. Does anybody want any clips playing again? What they're not sure of? I've got to say, guys, in the chat as well. I've really enjoyed it as well. Really enjoyed it.
I've not. Shows I know jack shit.
No, it's to be fair, mate. You've not done bad. You know, considering you've only been supporting City since
2008.
Yeah. So Stu wants number 4 again. Number 4. Here we go, Stu.
Yes. I'm man of the match.
You are man of the match. You'll get that in a minute.
Thank you.
No,
not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Hey, listen quickly. Did you dive?
Huh?
Did you dive?
I don't know.
I'll play it again for you, pal.
Yes. I'm man of the match.
You are man of the match. You'll get that in a minute.
Thank you.
Not
Not
yet. Hey, listen quickly. Did you dive?
Huh?
Did you dive?
I don't know.
I don't know. He doesn't know whether he dived. Right. Anybody else for anything else repeating?
Do you know what? I'm going to change number 4. I've got a feeling it might be this guy. Even though I don't really want to say his name.
Go on, put it in the chat and I'll see.
No? Okay.
Charlie, no. No. Charlie, no. Right, so how do you want to play this for the answers? Should we go through one by one and rely on total honesty? Because it's only for fun. Anyway. Yeah, right. Let's go through it. So, be honest.
So what I'll do, I'll tell them my answer first. They can all laugh at that.
Okay, mate. Right, the first one is Andy Morrison.
Got that one right. And by the way, my hands are here, so Andy's got my answers in front of him.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want, Charlie, you know, but go for it. I'm relying on honesty because listen, it's only fun anyway, innit? You know, it's just something past the midweek. Number 2,
I put Alfie Haaland.
Alfie Haaland. Did anybody get Alfie Haaland? Let's have a look.
Number 3 tricked me.
Number 3. Who did you put originally, Martin?
Originally, I put Dennis Stewart.
But it's actually Brian Horton. Brian Horton. What a lovely, lovely man as well.
Played some amazing football.
Yep.
Bit of Peter Beagre, bit of Nicky Summerby, bit of Paul Walsh. And brought the bomber to Main Road.
He brought the what?
The bomber.
Oh, bomber, sorry. Right, the next one, who you was all struggling, the one, he no dive, is, well, Alvarez is mixed between one of them, and it's not Sergio Aguero. It's Carlos Tevez.
I hate him. Hate him. Not a legend.
I didn't say he was.
Absolute scumbag.
Well done, Stu. Next one is... You didn't get it? Next one is a good mate of mine, Kevin Kennedy, aka Curly Watts.
Didn't watch Coronation Street, so I wouldn't have had a clue.
Well, you don't have to watch Coronation Street to know who he is.
Also, his voice.
On our YouTube channel as well, I did an interview with Kev as well, Curly Watts on there. So if you've not seen it, pop over and have a look. Next one. Did anyone get the next one? Let me have a look what Martin put. Oh, no. Colin Hendry.
Was it?
It was Colin Hendry, mate. Listen, this is Colin Hendry. What I'll do when I say them, I'll play the voices again, eh? So this was Colin Hendry.
About what they were maybe going to try and do, and they tried their best, but I mean, when you've been a professional, it's extremely difficult to overcome something like that. But every credit to them. So they scored a good goal in the end.
See, I nearly said Willie Ganica.
Well, you'd have got that wrong as well. So
yeah, I know you got that one wrong as well.
At least you're consistent, mate, aren't you? So yeah, I'll play the voice because when I'm saying the answer, because it'll make more sense, won't it? The next one is Shameless Star. Who is it?
David Raffle.
You know, in the last episode, that was the same. All the.
It's a bit low, that
I know where he got that from.
Let's have a look in chat where people. How many interviews have you done, Andy? Charlie, I've done quite a few interviews, pal. Not just ex-City players and stuff like that. I've done referees, Mark Halsey, Keith Hackett, journalist Henry Winter. I've done loads, mate. If you have a flick through, no, I'm not name dropping. I just find them interesting.
By the way, I know where Andy's got that little clip from. Someone's got the same box set as I've got because it's on the extras.
Scatter.
Yeah. Number 8 I got so easy on you, number 8.
Good evening, Stephen. For that poster alone, you know, the one what he did of Fergie, R.I.P. Fergie. Next one is David James.
3-disc game. Basically, you got a big sword and whatever. You try and kill all these monsters, whatever. And I did the first, and it logged your gameplay. So done.
One of 2 players who was played. Well, I think 2 recent memory who's played in goal and outfield in the same match.
Say that again, because I could think of 3.
That's what I said. I said a recent one. Who's the third one? Got Kyle Walker, David James. Who was the third one?
Niall Quinn.
True. Forgot
he
that
one. Scored a goal against Derby and saved the Dean Saunders penalty.
Yeah, remember that one now. Totally forgot about Niall Quinn. It's because, in all fairness, Niall Quinn's gone down in my estimation. Sadly.
Yeah, he has me. Sean, I assure you I'm not stood behind the shop counter. It's my little bar, mate. Right, let's go to the next one.
Ponen otro estilo de fútbol. Cuando
David
yo
Silva.
llegué, a lo mejor también todavía quedaban más equipos que jugaban un poco.
Did he ever do an interview in English? Don't think he did he?
Okay.
Did he?
Okay.
Exactly. I thought
Next
he played
one.
like Aguero did.
I'd give the next one. I'd give you all a massive clue. I said he was fast. David White.
And I was just fortunate that I was good. I wouldn't say I was good at all sports. I certainly didn't excel at all sports. I could do most sports at sort of school level, but that was about it. Anybody?
I said Nicky Summerby.
I know. Well, it's wrong, wasn't it?
But I know it was, but I knew it was a winger. But I couldn't.
Next one is for double points. It's Edin, Dzeko, and Kolarov.
You bought the driver who drove you to training in a brand new car.
No, that's not true. Because I didn't have so much money to drive me with the taxi. My driver was my father.
Anybody get that one? Somebody wasn't.
He was fast. Of course he was. He was fast. I've seen him in the press club. He was very fast.
Who's Summerby? Say no more.
Very, very fast.
Next one is the big Norwegian meat shield.
Yeah, I always liked Champions League, so that's a bit why.
I just love Haaland. He's just brilliant, isn't he?
Bag of shit, lamppost.
Next one, ex-City manager. Who is it, Martin?
Ruined my Valentine's Day when we got beat by Bury 1-0 on Valentine's Day. It was his last
Alan Ball. Alan Ball?
No, Frank Clark.
Indeed, Frank Clark.
Well, it's just it came about through the after the owner Nigel decided to take a backward step from the club,
and he's got that from the 1997 season review video.
I think I got them all off YouTube of money.
Did you?
The next one is Frankie Lampard.
No, I gave you that.
Means that there'll be weeks like that. So last year that would have coincided with a defeat.
Anyone who calls him a City legend, give your head a wobble. Give your head a wobble if he's a City legend. I didn't call him a legend.
Nobody called him a City legend.
I know 15.
I'll tell you what, I bet this fella sold a lot of these during lockdown.
Is it okay? They beat me twice. They beat 7 minutes into injury time last time, and only 17 seconds from the end of the injury time this time. So it's
little facts on Franny Lee, but I don't know. The only owner who got voted in, who got protested in, and then got protested out 4 years later. We protested him in and protested him back out.
What a good old days, wasn't there?
We used to have a protest every year outside the main stand. Andy was always there, bashing on the gates.
Next one. Yeah, get your answers in the chat, guys. The next one is Gabriel Jesus.
The way everyone's say welcome to me here, as well the way I am as a person.
I knew that one.
I'll put in the chat what Martin said.
No, I guessed it later on. I clicked. No, I didn't put David James. I will take an absolute. Why is Stuart called Frank Lambert? Frank? Oh no, Super Frank. I thought you meant Frank Clark was Super Frank.
Which one's that? So which one's that? Who's single? Chelsea's going on. It was an 1-0. It was an equal. It was a 1-1 draw, wasn't it? The Chelsea game, was it? I'm sure we scored and they equalised. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Next one is Ian Bishop.
To be honest, personally, yeah, I always admired his training methods and the way he played, and it always suited me.
Have you had him on?
Almost, mate. Almost.
Very difficult to get hold of.
Because the biggest problem is he does one of his own with his lad in America. So it's just like the time difference and stuff like that. Next one.
18 I got. Favourite player.
Jack Alvarez. Jack Grealish.
Obviously to come away, with a 5-0 win, 3 wins out of 3 now in our.
And by the way, guys, I'm relying on your honesty as well. I'll ask for how many you got in a bit. Next one is Mr. Jason Manford.
A little bit. Yeah. You sort of hit 40 and you start thinking, am I with the right person? Am I in the right town?
Yeah, as I say, I've got another one coming up with him very, very soon. He's agreed to join me again. But next one, it still puzzles me. I understand why Pep let him go. Joe Hart.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You sort of hit 40 and you start thinking...
Again, like I said, we're going to play exactly how we intend to play, which is attacking, which is...
I never got that.
You never got Joe Hart? It's an easy one, that.
Got the next one.
The next one is...
John Stapleton.
Did anyone get this?
Would you back a statute of limitations like they have in the United States, whereby there comes a point at which you no longer look into these things? And would you apply that not just to Northern Ireland, but to other cases as well?
Can you just confirm I did actually get that one right, Ander?
Let me have a look. Actually, mate, it was close. I'll just put it back in the... This is what he put.
He's telling lies. I'm going to take screenshots of this. Hang on a minute. This is not good.
He did indeed put John Stapleton. You know,
is it an O? Because I wasn't sure if it was Jon or JOHN.
Speaking of Johns, the next one is John Stones.
Probably quite the opposite at the time, but yeah, you couldn't show any weakness.
Oh yeah.
Somebody got it in chat because they put the Barnsley Beckenbauer.
You got that? Well done to you, because I didn't know that one. Absolutely.
Martin got this one as well. It is Joleon Lescott.
Yeah, again, quite surreal having been so long at Man City to then put some new colours on. It's quite strange.
You know where he went?
After us? He went to West Brom, didn't he?
Oh, it was Aston Villa.
Was it? Yeah, Villa. I think he ended up at West Brom, didn't he?
Might have been. Just let us know in the chat. Was it West Brom or was it Villa he went to after us?
I think you're right with Villa, to be fair.
Because I remember him being in an FA Cup game against Wickham, and he was stuck behind, if you remember, behind on the... and he said he'd never felt more disrespected. When he was walking behind the dugout, like, just didn't know what to do, and he was like, I can't believe this.
The next one is a Cadbury's chocolate bar, if you remember. That was the clue. Did anybody get this one, apart from Dairy Milk? Yeah, I'm sure it was Villa, yeah.
I've got it now.
Ooh, curly whirly. Ooh, curly whirly. Keith Dale.
I thought they were Nestle, curly whirlies.
Cadbury's, mate. So who did you think he was then?
I put not a fucking clue.
So Cadbury's mate them, do they?
I didn't have a clue because Keith Carroll never did a lot of interviews, did he? I know he does now, but he didn't at the time as a sort of player.
Did anybody get the next one? And if they didn't, I don't know why, because I give you the answer.
Got that one. I got the next two, actually.
It was Kevin Orlock.
Someone who I would love to interview.
Who, Orlock?
I've done that. He's been on my show. I want to ask him what the refs... I honestly want to know. I want to know that full story about what the ref said to him when he got sent off.
Well, you'll have to look back on me interviews, won't you?
Told you. This is just name dropping.
Next one. I think I'm faster with him. Kyle Walker.
Austin, how close could you get to me in a sprint race?
Have you had Gio on?
No, I've only had my picture taken with him. That's
now if you can get Gio on, now that's quite something. I'd love that. I mean, I'd just adore him for an hour and a half. I wouldn't even speak to him.
Leave that one with me.
I want King Clancy on. I
Leave
love
that
the
one
guy.
with me. Next one. Super Mario.
They don't know me, but when you are famous, you have to get used to this. I don't like English press. I don't like German press or Chinese press.
Didn't know that one.
Did anyone get Mario?
Did anyone get Mario in the chat? How did I not know 27? Are we on 27 or 28, Andy?
I don't know. I've not numbered them. I'm just going down them one by one.
I do a quiz, but I didn't number them.
The next one is comedian, good friend of mine as well, Mike McLean, who is also best mates with Kev Orlock.
Rock music, mid-period Genesis, when I'm feeling a bit dangerous, Chris Rea, and even a bit of Sting on his own without the guys from the Police. But
got sacked by Man.
That's another off-air one.
Majorly sacked.
Half-time misses, Mike. It really
was a bit close to the bone, though, and for children in the crowd, he was a bit close to the bone.
No, he was bang on. Next one.
I knew you'd love it, but no.
I was going to back a night, aren't I? Next one. Neda Manua.
Heartbeat of their team, and I think at the time, I think it was like 18, 19. So as long as he was out there on the field, they always had a chance.
That was the one I sat there. We know when I looked really puzzled. I'm like, I know him, and I couldn't get the name.
That's why you put in chat, Steph Orton.
I actually didn't. I put NA, not applicable.
Oh, really? It's NO, Neda Manua. Next one, Mr. Disco Pants and H City himself, Niall Quinn.
Very badly, I would suggest. And I suppose 2002 happened, and in Saipan and World Cup, and it was meant to be the swan song of my career. The test.
Do you know where that came from? Did that come from the documentary about the World Cup in Northern Ireland?
Yeah. Does anybody know what his first autobiography was called?
I Hate Manchester City.
No, it was while he was still at City, actually. And I don't know how I remember it. It was A Will to Win by Niall Quinn. Useless.
I've never known a former City player go so against the club than what
I have. Chance at the far post. Inchcliffe.
Yeah, but he was never a top. Niall Quinn was, I'd say, more adored than Inchcliffe.
Yeah, he was, mate, to be fair.
And that's about that one.
Next one, I think he's still running around Wembley. Nicky Weaver.
But they quickly settled in. We didn't have the best of starts that season. It was difficult for Joe Roll because we had a lot of players that he was trying to get rid of. It was a big.
Always remember him getting on a broken down bus coming out of Claremont primary school. He was the only one training on his own.
Next one. I was there when he scored his goal. When he goes sliding in, Nigel de Jong.
That they know every time when I pass one player, there's always a second player that I have to pass. And that's what I always try to do. I always try to cover my right back or the left back.
Didn't get that one.
No, he didn't. Next one, Noel Gallagher.
Amazing. The club is unrecognisable now. And the main difference...
And
did anyone get tickets for his gig, by the way?
Did what?
Anyone get tickets for Noel's gig?
Don't want to see him. The only time I'll want to see him is if he reforms with Liam. And I don't want to see Liam unless he reforms with Noel.
Well, they were going to, weren't they?
They will do.
Tweeted it out about a month ago that they were getting back together, and then it just kiboshed again.
It'll happen. Next one is Owen Hargreaves, who I consider probably the best pundit around.
And then try and deal with all that was very, very difficult, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. And at times, I think a lot of relationships break down in personal and professional relationships, break down in communication.
Didn't like him. Never understood where Mancini got him.
Stuart's flying in the chat, by the way. Next one is...
You got that one right as well.
Yeah. And the next one, Paul Lake.
They make the comments, no matter how broad-shouldered you are, they still sort of stay in your mind, and you think, God, I'll try and prove him wrong and show it.
35 is Paul Lake, Stuart. 36, everyone should get 36.
Yeah, and he models himself on me, Mr. Pep Guardiola.
He feels better, but we are training this afternoon and we'll assess.
Did anybody get 36 wrong?
Come on, admit it. Come on.
I'm just really intrigued to see if anyone got the boss wrong.
I nearly got it wrong, and I did the questions.
That's why I said he models off you. I was giving him a clue.
The next one, our former manager who hates Manx, Peter Reid.
Anybody else, and 11. There's not one player, two players. There's 11 lads out there, and they've all got to take equal responsibility.
That is an old clip, then.
You mean you got it wrong, Martin?
No, but he doesn't sound like that now.
Oh, man.
I adored Reader.
He hated Manx, mate.
Player manager, took us to 5th in the league, and then Swales sacked him. Dirty
And
dog.
a lot of it was to do.
Not liking Manx.
Next one. We'll miss him on Saturday, I think. Phil Foden.
Definitely extremely proud moment for me and my family. Obviously being a massive City fan myself. And
that was after he scored a hat-trick last season. This season? Jesus, where does time not go?
Yeah, in the derby.
Yeah. Next one. The Dunny Monster. Richard Dunn.
It's very difficult. We've had every senior player we've had has had an injury at some stage, you know, so hopefully now if we can work.
Do you know, I did love Richard Dunn. I loved him. I know what you were saying earlier, but
go on, but
he scored a shitload of own goals.
Yeah. But he also won Player of the Season 4 times on the bounce, mate.
I thought it was 3, yeah. No, I know he did, but and he took us into that. It was that in-between level, wasn't it, between Company and who was captain before?
Oh, you'll have to wait, FIFA. You'll have to wait to see if you've missed Carson or not. Sean. Probably, mate. Next one.
Can you do that in a supermarket?
Next one is not Bernardo Silva. It's Ruben Diaz.
Don't know. I've thought about it. I cannot give you an answer today. I think only when I finish, I will have an answer for you.
Do you know I nearly put him, but I put Mahrez and Marie Crush.
Hey, have we done Mahrez?
No. This is what I'm saying. I don't know where.
Mahrez has disappeared off my thing.
I was going to say, where's your Mahrez one gone?
It's disappeared.
Because 41s, there was Phil Foden, Richard Dunn, Ruben Diaz.
Can anyone tell us which? Well, it would have been
Roberto Mancini. Well, I won't tell you.
No, we've not, because his name's Riyadh, and all this is in alphabetical order.
Have you called him Riyadh?
Just throwing it out there. So the next one, he came from Italy to manage Man City.
For me, it's a bad situation because in a game like this, it's impossible that one player refuses to go in to help the team.
Doesn't like the tax man. My actual answer, ladies and gentlemen, was Roberto Mancini, #tax fraud.
Yeah. Michael, don't worry if you're not happy with your answers and stuff, mate. It's all for fun, and that's what it's about, buddy.
It's honestly, it's a laugh. It's it's a bit of fun.
Because what we'll do as well over the coming weeks or so, we'll get you guys in the chat to ask us questions and stuff like that. So the next one is Riyad Mahrez.
Even if I'm still not, but I think I don't know where. And then I felt like, I could do something. Yeah.
See, I put Bernardo Silva.
You've put Bernardo Silva for nearly a all, mate, hoping to get one right, and he wasn't even a question. The next one is for our friend FIFA player, Scott Carson.
Day from India with a question. How do you keep retaining the same pace? Is it due to consistent training or willpower?
I just had to put that one in for FIFA.
Sorry. We have to stop this right now. When the hell, number 2, as Scott Carson kept pace without, number 3, where have you got a clip from of him never talking because he never plays and does interviews? Number 4, that was when he was at Liverpool. He won while he was at Manchester City.
Doesn't matter where I got it from.
You've got it off Liverpool, and he played for Liverpool 25 years ago.
Doesn't matter. I got it for our friend FIFA player. I had to. I wanted everybody to get involved.
How is it FIFA? I want to know how he loves. I want to know why he loves Carson so much. I love it.
I reckon FIFA player is actually Scott Carson.
Why do you love Carson so much, FIFA? I really want to know.
Next one. I tell you what, the next one. If I come home from work and I found him in bed with my missus, I'd tuck him in and make him a brew. Sergio Aguero.
Yeah, it's my last game, but I'm so happy and I'm enjoying a lot. So I want to say thanks to my teammates because.
And I cried that day because I did not win the ballot.
I cried.
No side story on that. Season ticket holder, nearly over 30 years. My missus, my daughter, and my son were citizen members at the time. Guess who won the ballot?
People who've hardly gone.
I didn't win. Rest of my family did. We get to the stadium, get past security, including me, because I was all, yeah, okay. And me and my missus agreed at the time. My missus said, if you get through, we'll swap tickets and you go. I'll get a taxi home. I said, thank you, that's amazing. Got through, got to the gate. What did my missus do?
Go straight through.
Waved at me and went by.
I love it.
Stood like a lemon outside the Etihad, and I'm talking at the turnstile, and she went in.
And you're still together?
And then she made me pick her up afterwards.
Oh my God. Do you want to know why I cried that day, mate?
Because you win. Did you get in? Did you win the ballot?
No, I stood on a nail. That's why I cried that day. No, I didn't win the ballot, mate. But I know people who hardly went got shuffled through. But that's another one. Let's carry on.
Oh.
Next one. Feed him and he will score. The GOAT.
And that was your philosophy, probably amongst a lot of managers at that time and era. And that was almost twice a week you were doing.
Aki and Carson should win the Ballon d'Or. Oh, FIFA, mate. You crack me up.
Look at sub 2 here. Scotty, come on the Mancunian way, mate. Number 46 I got.
The next one is Shawnee, right.
Yeah, it was quite weird because the City fans would always, at the time it was happening, City fans would always be cheering and.
Saved the football club, may I add, as well, with his £21 million fee we got from Chelsea.
And it's true.
From admin.
And it is true. He did actually cry near enough all the way to London.
It's actually, no, honestly, he actually turned the move down.
Mm-hmm.
Until he got told, if you don't go,
City
will not exist.
Yeah.
So he went, I'll go. He did not. They had to kick him out the door.
Can you remember his first game back? He scored 2 goals against who?
Sunderland Stadium. I was there.
Good man.
One of them was a chip over the keeper.
Next one. His granddad bombed Old Trafford. Way! Uwe Rosler.
You could not compare Manchester City in the 90s than how Manchester City is now. So,
was that from the Wigan game in the cup?
Don't know, mate. Don't know.
How did I not get him?
And the last one is to you, Vincent Kompany.
Defined so much for this club. A lot of the players coming through today, and
great player, shit manager.
Well, guys, it's a good job we didn't do the multiple choice as well. I didn't actually realise how many audio clips I'd done. Hope you've all enjoyed it, because ultimately that's what matters. Everybody's had a good giggle, you know, especially with some of the answers and stuff like that. No, thanks for. How many did you get? 30. Well done, Stu.
That is actually amazing.
Yeah, go on, put your scores up, guys. Let's see. And listen, if you got 2 like Martin, it doesn't matter. You know, just put your score there because it's only for fun.
Oh. If anyone knows Uwe Rosler, please let me know because I want to interview him as well.
Right, listen. I don't know if it's FIFA player. I have just, and I'll show Martin this. I have just got a WhatsApp message here from somebody who I know, asking if I know anybody who wants a ticket for the Liverpool match. Was it FIFA who was after one? Yeah,
FIFA.
I will answer this straight away for you, FIFA. And I won't tell you who that's from, but Martin, we will be getting him on the show soon for part 2. Yep.
Tell me off
something we did on Monday. Right. So yeah. Right. FIFA. I've boxed that off there. I'll get the details across and stuff like that, buddy. So yeah, thanks for everyone for joining in. Honestly, really enjoyed it. I hope everybody else has enjoyed
FIFA,
it.
Just before we go, just so I know I've got you on FIFA, can I give him your details? Can I give him your email, FIFA? Am I allowed to give Andy your email and then you can correspond with him directly then? If you let me know, FIFA, I'll give Andy your email straight away and he can. I mean, you might get an answer next week.
And
not sure you'll get it today.
And you can have it for face value as well, which I wouldn't expect anything different off this guy as well. So, yeah, and I actually know where they sit as well and need decent seats, mate, as well. So I'll sort that out off air for you, buddy. Send me, Martin, give Martin your details and I'll sort it out. Have you got them? Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thanks for everybody who's joined us. Interacted and stuff like that. Really enjoyed it, and we'll do the interactive one very, very soon. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Come and join us tomorrow, by the way, 9 p.m. Liverpool.
Yeah, Martin's show. They're all members there anyway, pal. Martin's show tomorrow, Mancunian Way. Absolutely brilliant as always. Yeah, be there or you'll regret it. Thanks, guys. Have a good rest of the week.